Welcome to Principles and Practices of Organization Management course run by Manage Hyderabad of PGDM program. Now, this particular course has been structured in the following manner: objectives, introduction, definitions of management, organizations and the need for management, role of management, management skills and organizational hierarchy, values, mission and vision, social responsibilities of management, and conclusion. We hope when you go through this content, you will be able to understand the concept of management, familiarize with the components of management, discuss the various roles and functions of a manager, understand the other concepts related to management. In a broad perspective, management can be considered as a proper utilization of people and other resources in an organization to accomplish desired objectives. Now, the definition of management, it is being said, the act of getting things done through people. There are certain aspects of management process, and those things are organizational resources, functions of management leading to the attainment of the organizational goal. What are those resources? Organizational resources are 4 M's and 1 information: money, material, men and machines, and information. The functions of the manager: planning, organizing, staffing, leading and controlling, all those leading to attainment of organizational goal. There are certain important features of a management. Managers carry out the functions of planning, organizing, staffing, leading and controlling. Every manager has to perform these basic functions. Management is essential to any kind of organization. Wherever there are groups of people working together to achieve some common objectives, it becomes essential to guide, organize and control them. Management is essential at all hierarchical levels. In order to perform the duties satisfactorily, managers need technical, human, conceptual and design skills. The goal of all managers is to generate surplus. The aim of all business managers is to create a surplus. Even in non-profit organizations, the aim of managers is to accomplish their goals with the minimum amount of resources, or to make as much surplus as possible within the available resources. The aim of all managers is to improve productivity, efficiency and effectiveness. Productivity is defined as output-input ratio within a time period with the due considerations for quality. Productivity can be improved by the following ways: by producing more output with the same inputs, by reducing inputs, by maintaining the same level of outputs, by increasing outputs and reducing inputs, thereby making the ratio more favorable. Productivity can be improved by ensuring efficiency and effectiveness in the operations of the firm. Effectiveness refers to the achievement of the stated organizational objectives, while efficiency denotes the judicious use of resources to achieve organization objectives. In other words, Drucker said that efficiency means doing things right, while effectiveness means doing the right things. Effectiveness is the foundation of success, whereas efficiency is a minimum condition for survival after success has been achieved. Organizations and the need for management. All organizations, formal or informal, are put together and kept together by a group of people who see that there are benefits available from working together towards some common goal. So, a very basic element of any organization is a goal or purpose. There are certain roles where the manager has to perform. There are 10 roles grouped into 3 categories. They are interpersonal role, informational role and decision role. Now, this interpersonal role can be thought of figurehead wise, leadership wise and the liaison wise. Figurehead performs ceremonial activities. Leader role, they direct and motivate the people. Liaison, maintain information links. Informational role, that is monitoring, disseminating and some sort of spokesman. Now, monitoring, they seek and review the information, disseminates, they forward information to the other organizations, and spokesperson transmit information to outside. Decisional, as an entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator and negotiator. Entrepreneur, they are innovative, disturbance handler, they will tackle the problem if there is any confusion or conflicts are there. Resource allocate, they decide the resources required for getting the output from the organizations. Negotiator, they simply do some sort of work with other organizations for procurement of the things, for getting the things done. Now, all those things plays an important role for functions of a manager. The first function is the planning. Planning means deciding in advance what to do or projected course of action. Recognizing the need for action is the plan. Plan really does not exist as long as we do not take the decision. Therefore, planning can be identified as the process by which managers decide the mission and objectives of the firm and take necessary steps to achieve the desired objectives. At the same time, managers need to determine the future trends in business and incorporate change and innovativeness into that organization from time to time. Planning helps a firm decide its future course of action. The next function is organizing. Organizing is the process of assigning tasks and allocating resources to the individuals to enable them to accomplish organizational goals. Organizing is a continuous process of determining which task is to be performed, how tasks can be best combined into specific jobs, how jobs can be grouped into various units, and the authority and reporting relationship within the corporate hierarchy. The organizational structure of a firm is a key element in determining the success or failure of that organization. And next is one of the important function of a manager, that is the staffing. Today, staffing is better known as human resource management and involves manning or filling the various positions in the organizational hierarchy. There are some purview of staffing: determining manpower's requirement, assessing the number of people presently available in the organizations, recruiting and selecting candidates, training and placing them in an organization. Leading is defined as the management functions of influencing, motivating and directing the people towards the achievement of the organizational goals. It involves communicating with others, leadership styles and approaches, and motivating people to put forth the effort required to achieve organizational goals. In simple words, it is the act of making things happen through others. The next and the important one is the controlling. The results conform to the standards. Controlling can be defined as the continuous measurement and analysis of the actual operation against the established industry standards developed during the planning process and corrections of the deviations, if any. The basic control process involves comparing performance with standards, determining where negative deviations occur, and developing remedial measures to correct deviation. Management skills and organizational hierarchies. Managers need certain skills to perform the functions associated with their jobs. These are technical, human, conceptual skill. A fourth skill, the ability to design solutions, was later added to this particular mentioned skills with the managers. Then comes the values, missions and vision. The values driving behavior define the organizational culture. A strong value system or clearly defined culture turns beliefs into standards such as best quality, best performance, most reliable, most durable, safest, fastest, best value for the money, least expensive, most prestigious. As for an example, knowledge and skills are the keys to success. Or give a man bread and feed him for a day, but teach him to farm and feed him for a life. Mission, it is the justification for the organization's existence. Mission stands answer or gives answer to why do we exist. As for example, charity organization providing jobs for the homeless and unemployed. Vision, it is the outline for the organizations want to be. As for example, charity organization working with poor, a world without poverty. A visionary is ready with solutions before the problems arise. Social responsibilities of management. Any entity, organization or individual has an obligation to act to benefit society at large. It is essential because to maintain a balance between the economy and the ecosystem, the responsibility can be passive by avoiding engaging in social harmful acts, active by performing activities that directly advance social goals. Let me conclude what we have said. We have talked definition of management, role of manager, functions of manager, values, vision, mission and organizational management. It's a practice, it's an art, it's an organized knowledge about management, and it is a service. Management is nothing but getting things done within the available resources for attaining the goal of the organizations. Another important thing which I have already said, what manager, they have to play a role for achieving the attainment of the goal of the organizations. They play interpersonal role, informational role and decisional role. Under interpersonal role, it is figurehead. When we talk about the figurehead, he is performing as a ceremonial head, symbolic duties such as greetings, visiting the dignitaries and telling the things what it is. As a leader, he is directing and motivating the people. He is giving some sort of counseling to get the things done. Liaison, he maintains information and both inside and outside organizations also. He receives the phone call and he attends the meetings too. Under informational role, he monitors, disseminator and spokesman job he does. In case of monitor, seek and review information. What has happened to that organization, he tries to get that all information with him. Disseminator, he gets information and tries to forward that information to other members and even outside the organizations. He receives the call also, and then spokesperson, he transmits information to the other organizations also. Disseminator, he acts as an entrepreneur, he acts as a disturbance handler, resource allocator and negotiator. When he acts as an entrepreneur, means he is an innovator, he tries to develop some new ideas to get the new look to the organization. Disturbance handler, when there is a conflict in the organization, he tries to take it and solve it within the reasonable rules and regulations. Resource allocator, he is the first man and the best man to allocate the resources for getting the output or attainment of the goal of the organizations. As a negotiator, he does important work because he has to make and link with other organization and within the organization, and that negotiation has played an important role for the product of inputs and producing outputs, which gives the new dimensions to the organization. Now the things which has happened in this, we have done a beautiful job for you all to know what the manager has to say, what the role they have to play, what are the functions they have to do, what should be their values, what should be their vision and what should be their mission. And all those things if you put together, then you are going to be a practitioner. It will be an asset for you. It will be a knowledge for you to achieve your goal, not only the organization you serve, but also to serve you yourself. And in this, we have done a lot of contents for making oneself to be a best manager of an organization. Thank you.